So on today's video, we've got two exclusive to Robin Hood Archery products to show you today. The first is the RHA Armed Guard, and the second is the RHA Lakota Quiver. I'm very proud of this Lakota Quiver. It's my own design. I've been working on it for quite some time. It can be shot in 5 different positions. Take a look at this. So this is the first position it can be shot in, across the shoulder, in the first of the 2 native styles. This is the second of the 2 native styles, which is more across the front of the body. It can be used as a hip quiver. It can even be used as a very effective back quiver. And in the near future, we might even be offering belt loops so that the quiver can be worn similar to an old English longbow archer's arrow bag. Something similar to this position here, so that the arrows can just be drawn straight out and shot in that fashion. So as you've seen from those clips, you've got the 5 positions. You've got native 1, let's call it here, coming from kind of slightly behind the body. You've got native 2 across the front of the body. You've got as a back quiver. You've got as a hip quiver, and later on perhaps even as the old English arrow bag kind of style quiver. But that's not the best of it. This is ambidextrous, so left or right archers can use it just as well. So that's 5 times left or right. That's 10 positions this can be used in. Now that's pretty special for a quiver in my book. But apart from all the different positions that this can be shot in, what else is so special about this RHA Lakota Quiver? Well, let's take a look at the leather that it's made from. It's very, very soft and supple. It's designed to hold the arrows in place. Even when it's nearly upside down, you can see that the arrows don't fall out. Okay, now the strap is made from the same material, and the good thing about that is it stays in place on the shoulder. It doesn't move about at all. So wherever you position it, whichever is your favored angle for these arrows, that is where it's going to stay. So I'm really proud of both of these products. They're both my design. So without further ado, let's flip the camera around, get them on the table so we can show you guys a little bit more detail about what these things are all about. Okay folks, first of all let's take a closer look at the RHA Armed Guard. As you can see, it's made from very, very soft and supple and therefore comfortable base layer of leather, all nicely stitched. We have on the top, where it's important, the more conventional stiffer leather for your protection, with a nice Robin Hood Archery lasered in logo on there. And we have stiffeners across both sides as well for the fixings. And the fixings are elastic loop on the one side and real deer antler on the other side. This is to my own design. I've played around with a number of different variations over the last 2 years, and this is the end result of that. It sits comfortably on the arm, you can forget you're wearing it, and there's plenty of protection on there, so I can shoot my English longbow without any problems whatsoever. Now, before I get any further into the Armguard or the Lakota Quiver, I should just mention that both of these items are at least 6 months old. I forget exactly, but they are at least 6 months old, and they have been in regular use, and they still look like new. Okay, so that's the Armguard. That's the simpler of the two. Very chic, very classy, and it matches beautifully to the Lakota Quiver. So let's put that to one side for the moment, which brings us neatly onto the quiver. And we can see here I've left my arrows in. I've got a dozen wooden arrows in here, and they fit easily in there. I'm pretty sure you can get, I don't know, maybe 15 11 30-second arrows in there without too much of a squeeze. And that is plus this here, which is an RHA arrow rake. Now, these are also available on the website, incidentally, but I just thought I'd throw that in there just to show you that there is plenty of room in these quivers. Now, when I was giving my demonstration of the shooting earlier on, this was supple and soft and bendable. But the good thing is, with this design, it has two inbuilt loops, here and here, internally, which are designed to perfectly accept an 11 30-seconds shaft. So you can use an old wooden arrow shaft and slip it straight in there. It comes in and out in the matter of a second flat. So you can choose whether you actually use this with the stiffener or without. And I have to say, it works equally as well in any of the various positions, whether it has stiffener or not. It's entirely up to you. You can play about with it. You might discover that you prefer one position with a stiffener and one position without. You can mix and match to your heart's content. We've all got broken arrow shafts knocking around. I think I used a new one actually for this. And I've just rounded the ends off a little bit just to make it easier to slip in there. And that sits there in there, gives you a stiff quiver. But this is really soft and supple leather. It's very, very similar leather to what we saw on the Armguard. Folds up really small and compact. If you were going away anywhere, this takes up almost no room in your pack, in your suitcase, in your rucksack, whatever it might be. And there we have the design. Let's have a look at some of the features. Let's start off with the metalwork first of all. Really good quality, solid stainless steel furniture on these. Robust D-loops, clip swivel fastenings, so it doesn't matter which way around you put it. It's got infinite turning ability, and they're riveted on. Now, there's a good range of adjustment on this strap as well. I will put up the exact dimensions here from the shortest to the longest, but it's obviously designed to cater for all the various shooting positions, but it's also got inbuilt extra, if you like, for different body shapes and different sizes. Now we can see here the double D fastenings for adjusting length, which is very, very simple and non-slip. I've never had any movement from that whatsoever. And then again, we've got the same furniture up this side as we have up the front. Down the back here, we have again the laser engraved Robert Archery logo. I'm working up the back and along the top. This is laced, which gives it a really nice, robust yet rustic feel to it. And then it's neatly stitched along the opening here at the top. Now, I will put up a picture just now so you can see these internal loops a little bit better. I'm not sure whether the video is going to actually pick that up. So I'll put a picture up so you can see that a little bit more clearly. I hope you'll agree with me. It's a very, very clever design, and it's a do-all quiver. It's brilliant in every single position, I absolutely love it. I love the material it's made from. It's got a really warm yet soft feel to it. The strap doesn't move around on the shoulder with that material. It sits exactly where you need it. So there we have it. That's the close-ups of the Lakota Quiver and the Robin Hood Archery Armed Guard. Let's switch the camera back round and we'll just sum up everything for you. So there we have it. That's the close-ups of what we're looking at, the RHA Armed Guard and the Lakota Quiver. Both items very cost-effective and very effective designs in their own right. You've got the Lakota Quiver, which can be used on either side, either across the front, native style, from the rear, native style. It can be used as a back quiver, it can be hung as a hip quiver, and later on we'll be introducing loops so it can be mounted from the belt behind you, similar to the English arrow bags of kind of 500, 600 years ago. Okay, and it's ambidextrous, so it doesn't matter whether you're left or right-handed. I love them. I've been using these for 6 months solid. They've been 2 years in the design process. I'm very, very proud of them. Just to tell you a little story, a friend of mine who also uses Lakota style quivers borrowed this one last weekend and he didn't want to give it back. He said his was a pain in the backside after using this one, and that made me smile. But you know what they say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. That guy has now ordered one of the Lakota quivers and he's ordered the matching arm guard because he was that impressed with them. I hope you're impressed with them too. Both items will be in the Robin Hood Archery shop, as will the arrow rake that made a guest appearance earlier on the table. Okay, let's wrap it up for today. I don't want to go on about this too long. Have a look in the shop if I've missed any of the specs. There's all the prices in there, dimensions, all the rest of it. If you've got any comments, leave them in the section below. I like hearing from you guys. And please don't forget, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time on Robin Hood Archery videos. See you later.